Today, we're going to be looking at what React Native is, why it's so popular, and how it can help you build these amazing apps very, very quickly and easily. If that is something you're interested in, stay tuned. Hello, devs. Welcome, and I hope you're ready to dive right into React Native. Now, React Native is a framework that allows you to build mobile applications using just JavaScript. That's right, you don't need to worry about Java or Objective-C or Swift or any of that. All you need is JavaScript and you can build both Android and iOS apps. And it doesn't stop there because these apps, unlike other cross-platform frameworks, actually look and feel native when you write it with React Native, hence the name. Now, honestly, this here is already enough to get me to sign up for React Native because it's literally half the work, guys. You don't have to maintain two code bases anymore. It's just one code base. And it's all in JavaScript, which is a lot easier to learn, in my opinion, than Java or Swift. You honestly just have a lot less to worry about. And for those of you who are coming from a more native background already, and maybe you already have certain native apps, well, React Native makes it really easy for you to pretty much just sprinkle React Native into those apps for maybe your new update. Because with React Native, God, I feel like I keep saying React Native a lot. But with React Native, you don't have to write your entire code base in just JavaScript. It can be half JavaScript in React Native and half iOS and Android, or your entire thing can be in React Native, or just maybe a small component. So this makes it really easy for you to transition a native app into React Native or add some more native features to a pre-existing React Native app, which is really cool. And React Native also has these features like fast refresh that just makes coding a whole lot easier. Just perks here and there with an amazing, beautiful community with a lot of libraries built around. So a lot of the code you're writing is going to be for your own business logic rather than focusing on specific UI components because the community took care of all of that for you. With all that said, why would you want to learn React Native? I know it could be a pain to ditch everything you already know to learn a whole new language or framework. It's a lot of work, but trust me, it is well worth it with learning React Native. Because for a start, it's very quickly becoming an industry standard for mobile development. A lot of companies like Uber, Facebook, Instagram, Shopify, Tesla, Pinterest, and I could name a lot more. Here, I'll probably throw it up on the screen so you could see a lot of these companies. But they're all already using React Native for their apps, and some of the starting salaries, guys, like, oh my god, it is well over six figures. We're talking 120, 130K just for mobile dev, which, that's getting up there. I would not mind a few extra $1,000 in my bank account. And other than that, if you really need to build an app quickly, like say you're an entrepreneur, you're building this business, you don't want to be focused on just the tech alone. And you don't want to be maintaining two different code bases. So React Native is going to be really easy for you. It's going to cut costs, cut dev time, and it's going to allow you to focus on more pressing business issues. That's personally how I got started with React Native when I was doing a few of my startups in college with a few buddies. Like React Native was a huge lifesaver, guys. And if you're coming from more of a web dev background, you probably already know JavaScript pretty well, and React Native is going to be really easy to pick up. And vice versa, too. If you learn React Native, you're going to be able to transition into web dev pretty quickly. And also, if you're a guy like me with weird interests, like just learning a coding framework for fun, then by all means, I suggest React Native because, it has all this utility I've already listed before. And honestly, I just enjoy coding with it. It's fun to do some React Native and see all these changes quickly pop up on your phone. It definitely hits the dopamine in your head. And that is it for this video. I hope you were able to learn what React Native is, why it's so popular, and I hope I piqued your interest in it at least a little bit so you can go ahead and get started.